Hello, welcome back. Now in this video, we are going to see how to adjust the ground tiling. So what is tiling is nothing but to adjust the size of the textures. So for example, see if I go to the blend material, now I have applied this blend material to this plane. So what the thing is when you apply, so now you can see if you zoom in, the textures are looking very blurry and the size of the textures are very big here. So what the thing is now by using the tiling options, we can able to adjust the size of the textures. We can able to scale the textures down, or if you want to increase the size of the textures, we can increase by using the tiling option. So in this case, see, suppose if you go to this like mesh paint tool, and if you paint the other textures too. So for example, if I paint other textures, so you can see whatever the textures you're painting, the textures are very bigger and it's looking very blurry. So what the thing is, we need to adjust the size of the textures so it will look more natural. So in order to adjust this styling, so what we have to do is we have to open this blend material properties. So double click on this blend material and here you can see, so for each and every layer here, you will have an tiling option. So here you can see the base layer tiling. So for middle layer also you will have this option. So what the thing is, we need to enable this tiling. So enable this, and for middle layer and for the top layer. Now we have enabled this. Now we need to adjust the tiling. So if you want to adjust, we have to click on this. Okay, so first of all, I will paint the texture to the default. So what I will do is just I will enable this, and now I will just shift left click and drag so that you will get a default main base material here. So now we'll go to the properties. So first we'll start with an base layer here. So now you can see the texture is looking very blurry and it has been scaled here. So in order to adjust this, we need to adjust the value of the tiling X and tiling Y. So here, see, suppose if I put it to 5, now see the textures has been scaled only towards the X direction, and also we need to adjust the Y to, and we have to click. So see, now the textures has been scaled and it's looking a little bit more realistic. So if you want more smaller texture, then we can increase the number of this tile. So if I put it to 10, 10, so see, now it has been scaled. So what the thing is, if you go on increasing the number of this tiling X and Y, then it will decrease the size of the texture and you will get more realistic look. But the thing is, the patterns will be get repeated. Means like, see, now if you go a little bit distance, you can, so the texture is looking same like a pattern. Means like what the thing is, defaultly it was like 1. So what the thing is, only one texture has been applied to entire plane here. So suppose if I go on increasing this number, what it will do is it will scale the textures and the same textures will be applied and it will look like repeated pattern. So in order to cover that, that's why we'll use this blend material so that we can able to texture the different kind of materials in different areas. So see, now suppose if I go to this red, and if I start painting, now you can see it has been applied the different texture here. And what the thing is, now it is not looking like a pattern kind of texture. It's looking a little bit different. But the thing is, we need to adjust the tiling for the other textures too. So what the thing is, if you come to middle layer, so if you enable this, and here you can see, suppose if I put it to like 10 by 10. Okay, I think this is not the middle layer. So if you go to this top layer, let's say if I go to 10 by 10, see, now it has been applied. So in this way we can paint the textures to the ground so that it will not look like a repeated pattern. Means like if you zoom in, suppose if you create a player start. So for example, see, I will create a player start. When we play the game, you can see properly. So what the thing is, I will undo here everything. I will undo. So first I will create a player start here. So if you go to this add, and here we can go to the basic and there is an option player start. So what is player start is whenever we click play, what the thing is, it will start from that location. First I will put it to default location. So I will put the location to 0, 0 and 0. So now you can see it is a player start here. So just I will use this and just I will bring it little bit up. So now we'll see in the game perspective. So in order to play, what we can do is we can click on this play so it will start the game from the player position. So see now, whenever you play around, so the ground looking little bit blurred and the textures are looking very big here. So it's looking ugly. So that's why we need to do the tiling. So once we'll see after tiling, so in order to stop, we can press escape. Okay, so now we will tile this texture. So now we will adjust the tilings of this texture. So double click. Now we'll click on play. So click on play. Now you can see the ground is looking very realistic and the textures are very good. See? And also next, you can see whenever you applying the blend material, suppose if the textures are not matching to each other, then we can adjust in the texture properties. That means like we need to match the colors of this texture. So for example, see here, let's say suppose if this ground texture and this ground textures colors are not matching, we can adjust this. So what the thing is, we need to go to that materials first of all. So if you go to mega scans and if you go to surfaces, you can see here. So what textures we have applied. So I think not this one. Yeah, I think this one. See, now suppose in case when we paint this texture onto the main material, main ground, sometimes it may not match. So in order to match, what we can do is we need to come to that material and we have to double click on this. In properties, we can adjust the brightness of this texture so that we can able to match to the base layer. So suppose say we can increase and decrease the texture color so that it can match. See, now previously what the thing is, the color of this texture and this blend material is it was different. Now it has been neatly blended into the base layer. So by this way we can adjust the colors of these textures here so that it will neatly blend into the base layer. So see you in the next video.